family. Vicky Dillon here for African Diaspora News, African Diaspora News Channel. Got my words mixed up right there, didn't I? Thank you so much for tuning in, dear family. Listen, family, more and more information is coming out about the shadiness of the Democrat Party. How many of you all know we've been calling out stuff left and right, and we need to continue to discuss these types of things because this has everything to do with the apparatus that's in place to keep us controlled. Just because a particular candidate or person didn't win doesn't mean that the hidden hand behind them isn't at work in the world, and it certainly is. The same is the case with former presidential candidate Kamala Harris. Yes, family, in this very explosive piece by a well-known investigative journalist by the name of Lee Fong. This piece is actually from Real Clear Investigations. Apparently, he did another piece for Substack, and this was covered in other places as well. Something interesting here. Headline says, reveal pro-Kamala Harris social media millions that couldn't sync brat with Democrat. Family, this piece talks about the fact that the Kamala Harris was supported to the tune of at least $9.1 million, to the tune, at least that, by billionaires secretly in an online blitz to give the impression that she was actually supported by the younger generation. In fact, she was not. Yes, I won't read this whole thing here. And of course, I cross-referenced this with another piece as well, as I mentioned before, from Lee Fong, as well as I believe that The Hill and some others did a piece about this as well. It talked about the fact that Democratic Party's establishment never quite fit the bill as an icon of activist movements, but the sudden influence buzz seemed to transform the stodgy former prosecutor into an icon, is referring to these social media folks, right? And cultural zeitgeist. It goes on to say that as it turns out, the tidal wave of enthusiasm was not entirely genuine. Much of the content, including Montu's videos, was quite quietly funded by an elusive group of Democratic billionaires and major donors in an arrangement designed to conceal the payments from voters. They set this up to make sure you didn't know that they were actually behind it. So when you all are listening to voices like ours who are genuinely from the Black grassroots, that's why they silenced us. That's why those types of folks didn't bring us on. That's why the Joy Reids of the world, the mainstream media, establishment media, all of those folks didn't bring us on, because we represent the real, genuine, organic Black grassroots media, the Black grassroots folks in general. Yes, not these folks. Real Investigations obtained internal documents and WhatsApp messages from Democratic strategists behind the influencer campaign. Way to Win, I'm giving y'all receipts. One of the major donor groups behind the effort spent more than $9.1 million on social media influencers during the 2024 presidential election. Payments revealed here for the first time. The amount was touted in a document circulated after the election detailing the organization's accomplishments. The effort supported over 550 content creators. Y'all think about that. Who published 6,644 posts across platforms: TikTok, Instagram, YouTube, Twitch, and X. Way to Win coached creators on phrases, issue areas, and key themes to disseminate pro-Kamala content throughout the cycle. A post-election memo from the group noted. Are y'all listening? So not only TikTok, several others, yes? The look behind the curtain reveals that at least some of the image making around the Harris candidacy was carefully orchestrated by the same types of covert social media marketing often used by corporate brands and special interest groups. Such campaigns provide the illusion of organic support, as I mentioned earlier, through the authentic appeal of trusted social media voices. See, that's why they don't like the Vicky Dillons of the world, because they know they can't buy me like that. Talk black to me, somebody. Because they use trusted voices on social media, and they went for it. Yes? Way to Win in internal messages touted its work with a stable of Democratic Party affiliated influencers and activists. It talks about some of the names here. The group also overtly cultivated, quote, non-political creators and influencers typically known for travel, vlogs, comedic skits, or cooking recipes, and seeded them with, quote, positive, specific pro-Kamala content that was integral in setting the tone on the internet and driving additional organic digital support. That's a quote. The effort often took the form of talking points that were rapidly distributed to the internet creators. It goes on to give more details of that. Family, this is what I'm talking about. We continue to be proven right, and the illusion that was given that an overwhelming number of folks supported her, that was actually a lie. Once again, the Vicky Dealers of the world are absolutely correct. Beloved, I can't wait to hear what you have to say about it beloved. Be sure to check out my website at VickyPlanet.com. I have a beautiful female archangel calendar that is absolutely life-changing. I have other products and services that will change your life at VickyPlanet.com. Share the broadcast. I can't wait.